dark triad. Again, truths in the pickup community that guys don't like because it freaks you out. You know, you go red pill, then you start going really fucking red pill. And guys go, no, 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 and they back up and they go purple. Yeah, I don't want to see any more. This is fucking bad. So if you've read Sperm Wars or Evolution of Desire, you'll start to realize things about girls writing to men in prison, girls liking pimps, girls being whipped, and you start thinking, God, I don't like this at all. I'd rather not know about this stuff going on. Well, let's begin gently by watching Pumping Iron. Craig told me to watch this, and I watched it in shock at how dark triad Schwarzenegger is in this movie. You can look up why. What's the 3 dark triad things? You've got to be narcissistic, ladies and gentlemen. Narcissistic, Machiavellian, that means sneaky. And he does some fucked up things in this movie to win. And what's the third one? Psychopathy. He's not that much of a psycho, but you can see various weird things in his head turning. Watch American Psycho. Dark triad. But any great seducer has heightened elements of dark triad. So you're a little bit sneaky, you believe you're God, and you're a bit bipolar. So now we get dark. We read Iceberg Slim. He was a real pimp, and we read the story of his life and what he did to women. And a logical, rational, nice guy would say, well, why do these women stay? He takes their money, he beats them, he makes them stand in a corner, he tortures them. They go out into the street and get customers and give him all their money, etc., etc. Why? But when you start to understand about dominance and frame and submission and desire and fantasy, pimps make a lot of sense. And I'm not saying become a pimp, but learn a lot of stuff about frame control and what girls are really turned on by. It's a lot darker than you might think. I'm not saying do these dark things. I'm saying investigate them for free on YouTube. This is the most infamous pimp who is now in prison because his IQ, bless him, was so low that he decided to invite a camera crew to follow him around to make a documentary. And this documentary crew thought, oh my God, this is amazing. Full access to his house where he's doing drugs and obviously illegal pimping and beating girls. You see everything, but the weirdest thing is to see the attraction in those girls' eyes. I hate to say it, but he does some very nasty things. And those girls have the ability to leave, and they don't leave. So just take little bits of dark triad for your own gain. Work out why he's frame controlling, why he's flipping the script, why he's getting them to do all the work. Weird, fucked up sexual fantasies, you know. But these guys have been doing it for centuries. Anyway, that documentary is free on YouTube. He's now in jail for the contents of that documentary. Somebody keeps uploading it and somebody keeps taking it down. Okay, the darkness comes with the drama, yeah? If you want to be manipulative, you know, I used to think as a nice guy, why you see a couple arguing in the middle of the street, and as a nice guy you think, why doesn't she leave him? And then you move to Russia, and you realize that's exactly what girls like. Girls like the shouting, they like the tension, they like the drama, they like the massive spikes of adrenaline. Is it twisted? Yeah, but is it reality? Yeah. Once in Moscow, I saw a guy and a girl. I turned around and they were screaming outside a shopping centre. And a guy was pulling a girl's hair in the middle of the day. You'd never get this in London. Pulling her hair like down onto the floor, like an MMA move. She's screaming. He picks up her phone and just throws it. And they're like not fisting. Fists are flying. And normal Russian people are walking past. Nobody's saying a thing. In England, the cops would have, somebody would have arrived or some white knight would have stepped in. Sorry, good member of the community would have stepped in. I was just watching this fight like I'd never seen a fight like this. And then I didn't want to be too eager, so I walked off a little bit, turned around again, and then they were there making out. And I thought, this is fucked up. And then if you live in Russia and Ukraine and Poland long enough, you start to realize this is how the men behave, this is how the women behave. Is it dark and weird? Yes. But does it weirdly turn women on? Yes. So pimps and these kind of guys make the women do the work. And it's that psychological thing. When you flip it round, she wants you more because you push her away. You know that if you try to end a relationship with a girl, really sick. You say to her, look, I'm sorry, I'm moving, I can't see you, goodbye. Does that make her more attracted or less attracted? More attracted. It's sick. This is a dark triad film. Everybody's eyes have lit up. It's about girls getting into amateur porn. Obviously, Netflix are interested in the sociology of it, not, fit 18-year-old girls. It's a great documentary because it's very dark triad. You've got very K-selected girls, very wholesome girls from the Midwest being flown out to Miami by some very dark fuckers. And those dark fuckers lie to them and make them do all sorts of stuff. And after a few days, that's it. The girls are gone. The new girls are coming. Those girls have to go back to their old lives, back to their boyfriends. But weirdly, you see the attraction in the girl's eyes for what's just happened. Is it sick? Yeah. Does it go on every single day? Yeah. Just learn from how the guy's behaving, how the guy who runs the house where the girls arrive, he doesn't care about half-naked girls walking around his house, because every day, like 5 more beautiful 18-year-old girls arrive. He just walks around his house, he tells them to bugger off. They're trying to sleep with him, and he's just like, just get out of my face, Go and make me a drink. And to a nice guy, it's just shocking. But it will slowly rewire your brain in terms of dark triad. Nice makes girls feel sick. Biologically, girls want dominance, power, adventure, leadership, fun, and directness. And I keep saying, no, you don't need to become dark and twisted, but you do need to take these elements. Sexual tension is uncomfortable. We were just talking about that with the guy. Stop breaking it. It works in your favor. Stop being British. There has to be a moment where you pretend that you're going to walk away, even slightly, and that could just be not replying to a message. But until you show her that you're not begging for pussy, she doesn't value you. Okay, so pimps do this massively. They literally throw the girl out, and she's crying at the door. She wants to come back in. Sick. True. And so really, we're all trying to rewire our brain to just behave around a Victoria's Secret model like we already behave around a very average girl. So when you see the pimp or you see that guy from the Netflix, he's behaving around these stunning women like they're just... He really doesn't care. He has no interest in them. He's sick of seeing 18-year-old girls naked, yeah? Same with a fashion photographer. If you've ever met a real high-end fashion photographer who's going through London catwalk castings, he sees, 50 hot girls a day in King's Road. The way he acts around models is fantastic, Just throws their stuff. Just doesn't look at them, yawns. Doesn't try to get the number. Yeah? And this is more attractive to girls than chasing. So this is the highest form of game, pushing them away. We're cheating because we actually want them. And I'm on a big rant lately to say, no, she's not different. Your situation's not different. No, she's not a snowflake. No, she's not a good girl. No, she's not a bad girl. No, she's not different in your gym or at church. Or no, the pickup's not different in France compared to Germany. Girls are hardwired the same. When guys email me and say they feel a special connection with a girl, that she's different, immediately the frame is fucked. So nobody should be seeing girls as fragile objects. I look at it like a sweet shop. When I land in a city, I just think this is a sweet shop. And rewire your brain to think of girls as sexual. Again, that sounds stupid, but most guys walking around think of girls as either very slutty or super, super innocent. Read the book, My Secret Garden, I think it is, Nancy Friday, about married women's sexual desires in the 1970s. Shocking. Or Google most searched for porn terms by women, 2016. And I think Pornhub, or a site that I would never know, has somebody ranked what women are actually searching for. If you show that to a nice guy, he'll have a seizure. What? Jenny is searching for 2 black men? And these are married women, and sensible women. So just wake up. Go in with your eyes open. Don't be logical with her. Girls are puppies and kids, remember? It's great. And what's the old saying? Getting new leads is better than chasing old leads. So too many of the messages I see on forums about, hey, can you help me with this girl? Or Tom, can we have a Skype session with this girl? You'd be better off cutting it. So tough love is to say, sorry, man, we're not going to talk about her. She's gone. It's a no. But, no. But what's the, no. She's gone, man. But, fuck. You know, he's been chasing her in the gym for 2 years. You have to say no. Cut your losses. On to the next one. That's the good thing of Daygame. You can go out this afternoon and get 5 numbers. So, abundance, yeah? I often say that to students. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I think that's the Secret Service slogan. That you go out daygaming, hoping for a lay, but you're ready for everything. So don't be lazy. Learn your stack, learn your story, learn the shit tests. Don't be lazy. The aim is to get to calibration. Yeah, so you've got nice tension on the line. You're pushing and you're pulling. Flash game. I don't see it in London anymore, but we used to go down Oxford Street and see loads of crazy dudes doing loads of crazy pickup with spinning and I guess you see it in America more than the UK, but we call that flash game, which is like prank game, doing day game dressed as a panda or something, yeah? But that's too much attraction. It's good for social anxiety. It's awful for pickup. It just means you're an entertainer. Beta game, which you could say is nice guy game, is just comfort. That's our trap. As soon as she sees you as the boyfriend, she'll actually slow down the sex. It's a sick irony. And some of us in this room, including me, I have the problem of smash and grab game, which is too much seducing. Yeah, too much pull, pull, pull. Look at me, I'm so cool. And I need to back off a little bit. Set the frame at the beginning because it's your decision. So too many guys are blaming women. Well, you know, she wanted my money or she wanted my time. I say, no. You offered her your money or you offered her your time. You decide the moment you spot her in Covent Garden, are you the provider or are you the lover? It sounds trivial, but it ain't. You can't be half. It's better to polarize. So I've said to a few guys that are looking to get married, I know a friend who's actually looking to get married, I've said, don't go in as the lover. Don't wear a leather jacket. Go in nice. Go in slow. Maybe tell her you got some resources. Tell her how good you are. Yeah? Slow down. Don't sleep with her for 3 or 4 dates. Because you'll get a nice wife, yeah? Okay. I'm going to finish with a quiz. You should be able to answer all of these questions by now. If you can't, the whole thing's been a fucking mess. Number 1. Why do very hot girls respond better than average girls? They don't get opened. Prize for the man in the front. 1 point. Good girls are often wilder eventually than the quote-unquote bad girls. Why? Pressure cooker. They're this side of the room. It's 1-1. Yeah, so religious girls, timid girls and virgins, you get them in the sack. You can't get rid of them. If you go for the kiss or the bounce and you fail, your chances are still better than if you didn't go for it. Establish the ground, establish the frame. This side of the room. 2-1. Yeah, so it's win-win. It's win-win. The other ones, lose-lose, really. You didn't go for it, she didn't get anything. Why are 18 to 21-year-olds easier than a 27-year-old? Part of it. Experimenting. Looking for adventure. Yeah, 1-1, half a point each. Yeah. Ironically, if you're the lover, I didn't work this out till about 2013. I used to daygame girls that were 24, 25, even 31. And then another daygamer said, Tom, why aren't you going for like the 18-year-olds? And what do we all say? Well, it feels a bit weird. But I tried it, and lo and behold, the biology tells us that is the phase where they're looking for fun, for a lover. When she's 27, she's already had a lot of experience. Now she wants a baby and a provider. So I know it feels weird, but just try. Guys with worse seduction skills end up in a lot of long-term relationships.
can't late spin, so they don't have the abundance.
Don't have abundance, so they're selling. Yeah, a guy came up to me in the airport the other day and he said, Tom, quick question, as I'm running for the fucking flight. Yes, pickup artists, you don't have girlfriends. I mean, I'd think with your skill you could have got a girlfriend by now. I didn't really have time to explain to him, well, that's not the point. But in his mind he was thinking, pickup, girlfriend, why not? So yeah, once you open Pandora's box, it's quite hard to go back. Don't settle down until you're 35. If any of you are young fucks. The more you need her, the less she wants you.
Neediness is not attraction.
Neediness is the number one attraction killer. Hence my Valentine's Day rant. It makes girls feel queasy. And one guy wrote, no, they love it. No, they don't fucking love it. I loved walking past the couples on Valentine's Day and I'd give her a real little filthy look. And you could see her just thinking, get me out of here, just get me out of here, just get me out of here. It's guys that are romantic. If you want to get into this, read Rollo Tomasi, The Rational Male. Guys are romantic, girls are not. It's an amazing revelation. Girls like more of the pimp stuff, I'm sorry to say. Starting sex, not on the bed, is easier.
Because you actually show what you want to do, whereas a girl doesn't want to show like a slut, so she'll try to actually say, oh, it just happened.
Very good. The more random and fast and 50 Shades of Grey you can make it, the better. As soon as you walk her into the bedroom, I go, oh, it's a little bit quieter in here. You can see girls going, ah, ha, ha, here we go, I don't want to feel like a slut. So, yeah, the sofa gets the best results, I would say. It just happened. Breaking rapport attracts her more than making rapport. Shows value. Yeah, shows a value differentiation. Yeah. Very good. So it's rare.
Ignoring her beauty.
Yeah. So what subconsciously she's thinking, he's done this before.
Pre-selection. High value.
It's pre-selection, it's clever high value. Because somewhere in her brain she's thinking, he's that cocky that he must have dated a model. Like how? He's entitled. And that's always attractive. I know other people don't like narcissists, but women love narcissists. Right? It's more dark triad. Sorry. She shit tests you when she's attracted to you. What does a nice guy get on the street? Just chat.
Chit-chat.
Yeah.
Politeness or ridiculous.
And it's sad because the beginner comes back to me and I go, how did it go, mate? Yeah, she was lovely. She was chatting about Florida and her sister. I'm like, I don't think there was any attraction there, mate. It should be a battle. And this is why the guys on YouTube comments don't really get it. When I'm battling with that girl in Costa or battling with the girl on the escalator, that's fucking great. She's testing my skills, I'm testing her. So
People say she test is the way for a girl to flirt.
it is. It is. How else would she find out what you're made of? You know? Being totally bitchy is different. And you only know she's totally bitchy after the second date. You know, give her a bit of slack on the first date. She's a bit of, she's Ukrainian or whatever. The second date, she's still being a madam. She's late. She flakes. She says, I don't like this drink. I'm starting to think, okay, love, in 10 minutes, I'm going to give you the royal flush now, right? Because like a naughty kid in the class, okay, you let him do a little thing, and then bang. So, shit test is different from princess behavior. This is dark triad. The more tears she sheds, the more her attraction and addiction.
Fear of loss.
Fear of loss. Think about biochemistry.
Emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, it's simply chemicals. It's sick. I wish it wasn't like this, but the more you have extremes of chemicals in your body, you actually get a high off them. One girl famously in Notting Hill said to me, hit me with an iron. And I didn't hit her with an iron. But we were having sex and she said, hit me with an iron. And after that freaked me out. And after that, she said to me, my ex-boyfriend used to hit me with an iron. Not turned on. That's sick, right? But somewhere in her body, she gets an adrenaline rush of being hit. Now, I'm not saying hit girls, but I just want you to start thinking through these processes, right? Why do women buy 50 Shades of Grey? The higher your IQ, the slower the escalation. I've already given you the answer to that one. If she finds out you're texting, dating, sleeping with other girls, she's more attracted. It's jealousy pre-selection. A guy had a Skype with me and said, he said, what happens if you're exposed? What happens if a girl exposes you? And that has happened, like I told you about Facebook, or a girl who is in a book, like my first book, Daygame, she found out about the book and she bought the book. And she read her own lay report, you know? and the logical nice guy would go, well, that's disgusting. I'm sure she was horrified. What do you think her reaction was? She fucking loved it. She was more turned on. Again, dark triad. If she calls you a jerk or an arsehole, your chances of sleeping with her go up. 100%, yeah. So love it. When a girl, the best thing I hope for on a date is when she kind of playfully slaps me. Or she says, you're a player, you are. That's absolute gold. And the nice guy would go, what? I must hide that. That's obvious. Not many people in this room are hopefully suffering from that. If you set up a date with her and then you cancel at the last minute, her attraction goes up. Very few of us are brave enough to do this. I rarely do this. But sometimes when you're doing the Daygame holidays, you have to do this. Because you've got 6 girls and you're trying to guess which one. So you flake on 5. And that causes more attraction. And they start phoning you and texting you and chasing you. And you start thinking, fuck, this is the life of a celebrity. It's amazing. This is dark. She doesn't have to like you to sleep with you. The classic nice guy fallacy is that I must make her like me, I must win all these points, and therefore she will sleep with me. All the one-night stands, especially all the night game one-night stands that happen in Piccadilly Circus, she probably does a runner very quickly after the lay, you know, and she tells her friends, and she's like, oh, he was such a jerk. Like, oh. But she doesn't, right? And as soon as you realize that, again, that changes your whole game plan. Having chemistry or a good connection with a girl makes fast, casual sex with her less likely. Why is that? Yeah. A guy I used to live with, who was an amazing pickup artist, he used to go on dates, and he was amazing at the dates. He used to talk about life and Alan Watts and philosophy and ayahuasca and the 8 dimensions and the meaning of life, you know? He could fucking talk like Russell Brand. And girls would spaz out, and girls would say, you are the most interesting man I've ever met. This has been the best hour of my life. No sex. And for years he used to come home like fucking angry. Ollie probably knows who I'm talking about. He would come home angry and be like, I just don't get it. Like, at the same time, there was another guy living in the house who was doing that just dirty, one date, grab, pull her back, smash her. And we were all going, this is so unfair. Like, you know, but then we started working out, okay, shut up, talk less, escalate harder. If you're being an interesting guy and you're talking about how wonderful you are, she's putting you in the boyfriend box, and you're going to meet her mother, and she's going to make you wait. There's that famous saying, it's much harder to audition to be the boyfriend than it is to be the lover. To audition to be the lover is just tiger, you know, half an hour. To audition to be a boyfriend is, you know, a few months, 6 or 7 dates, meet the family. So it's a long slog. These are the interactive exercises that perhaps you can think about. We're not going to do them. So riff on a topic. You can do that with your wing. Your wing says to you, law. And you have to riff on law, tell a story. Or your wing says to you, Germany. And you have to say, okay, when I think of Germany, I think of da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Remember tease, remember challenge, remember accuse. This is one I do, we do on a residential, so we shit test the student, you know. How old are you? I got to go. I'm late. I got a boyfriend. Why are you single? All of them are in Street Hustle and Stealth Seduction Handbook. Voice, I've already said. I have a problem with my voice. I had a problem with my voice from teaching children. Push your voice into your diaphragm. Don't speak from your nose. Don't speak from your throat. Do karaoke. Go in the shower and try and go as low as you can with some just open it up, and I promise you it gets better. You can change your voice. If you don't believe me, listen to podcast number 1 and then listen to podcast 90, whatever. You're idiots if you don't learn 5 verbal things. You can write them on your phone. Please learn some physical things. You can write them on your phone. Remember that speech I gave you, men and women can't be friends. The gist of it, I think we already did it. You say to a girl, do you think men and women can be friends? You say, well, the other day I was having a chat with my mates in the pub and we all said, we're all guys, and we said, it's impossible. No, I got loads of friends. Are they gay? No, they're straight. I say, well, look, I've got to tell you the truth here. Secretly, they want to sleep with you. No, that's not true. It's true. It's true. Right now, even as you're talking, I've got one brain and another brain. Right? We're simple. Does that make me a bad man? They're all lying to you. Yeah? Even the guy that's doing your homework, even the guy that's fixing your washing machine, he's lying to you. And she'll protest, and she'll protest, and she'll protest, and then she'll laugh. And that's on every single stealth seduction video. Strawberry Fields, old but gold. That's on 4 of the seductions, I think. If I run out of things to say, I start talking about strawberries and farmers and fences. Fingerings, we've done. Seeding, we've done. Guitar, shisha, video, cat. Don't just say to the girl, come into my house. Right? Half an hour before, you should have already said, oh, do you play the guitar? I'll teach you the guitar. Yeah? Guitar's amazing because you sit behind her, real pervy, and you put your hand over her. Shisha's very good because it's very sexy. Whatever. Fish, cats, whatever.